Now, before we get started with this video, I want to say a couple of things and give some disclaimers. Now, first off, don't harass anyone that will be mentioned throughout this video, because getting in contact with the people that I'm going to be talking about throughout this video will not be the best idea whatsoever, especially considering the things they did. And also, this video is going to contain some very serious topics, such as grooming, child manipulation, and other stuff related to that. Now, I'm going to be talking about a Roblox YouTuber who goes by the name of Zephplayz, who has 2 million subscribers and is in the Roblox Star program. Zephplayz is mainly known for making Roblox music videos and began uploading like around 7 years ago. But there was recently a document made about Zephplayz by one of my good friends, Fultrex, and I'm going to be talking about this document. And basically it talks about Zephplayz and also about the people he associates with and gives a platform. And Fultrex here has also recently made a video about this whole thing, which I highly recommend checking out. I'll link the document and the video in the description below. I highly recommend checking that stuff out. Now, most of this stuff is according to Fultrex and his document. If there's anything that I've gotten wrong throughout this video, please let me know down in the comments below or contact me about it, because it truly does help out a lot. But anyways, with all that stuff out of the way, let's get right into it. Now, this document was made around a couple days ago, around the time we're recording, more specifically September 15th. It starts off by saying the Roblox YouTuber and star creator Zephplayz, with over 2 million subscribers, is involved and complicit with, and to this day actively supports and platforms members of a CP ring who have groomed multiple minors, including myself, and have maliciously saved and distributed CP. Zeph is fully aware of their actions and has actively tried to censor and cover up the situation on top of it, and gone into damage control to try and save his own skin by any means he can. The situation spans multiple years, however I'll do my best to provide as much proof as possible, which I do have a lot of, but just be aware that this is somewhat limited due to the time passing and other reasons. On December 19th, whenever I was 13 years old, I was groomed and manipulated into sending an explicit image of myself to a member of the popular Roblox YouTuber Zephplayz community. This event single-handedly ruined and completely changed the course of my life for years to come, and even still haunts me to this day. I was pathologically manipulated into sending my explicit images to someone with the username Harrison Wells, who also goes by HR, who I thought was a 16-year-old girl who was actually a 30-year-old man. Like the dumb and naive 13-year-old I sent the image, aka the biggest mistake of my life. And this screenshot of Harrison Wells and Fultrex, he says here that he's exchanged stuff like that with Zeph, who claims that he sent explicit images to Zeph himself, which if that's true, that's just completely messed up, and honestly just downright disturbing. This person later sent the explicit images to someone under the alias Barry Allen, which I will get into shortly, and the rest of the CP ring. And the next person this document talks about is Barry Allen, also known as Cole Allen, Flash Lel, Lex Luthor, and a bunch of other aliases similar to that. Barry Allen is the main and probably most prolific member of the CP ring. After I got groomed, Barry Allen went and publicly leaked my explicit images on Twitter to as many people and as fast as he possibly could, and even bragged about not getting banned for it by Twitter. And his account got banned after 2.5 years of reports, which honestly has to be the worst Twitter moderation I've seen quite yet. This is something that Barry so occasionally does, unfortunately, when he gets bored. I've noticed, although he hasn't for a while, it's possible he will again and create a new account after this releases, but it is what it is. Barry has also admitted to saving and distributing explicit images of an 11-year-old as well, and claimed to have explicit images of an at the time 15-year-old. As you can see here, Barry has also tried to groom and solicit explicit images from a 12-year-old, and just a bunch of very horrible things. This may be just one of the worst people I've seen on this whole entire platform that we call the internet, and maybe just one of the most deplorable human beings I've seen yet. Overall, to be fair. Barry's true identity is still not fully known. There are a lot of theories and possible matches, but even years later, the truth unfortunately hasn't been fully uncovered. Barry has claimed to be 30 years old. He was not the only one who leaked the image. He also spread it to the CP ring, who participated in leaking it as well. This is where everyone else, including Zeph and Zeph's community, gets involved. Now, this next person has been involved with Zeph and his videos, and even being included in some of them. Danielo, also as known as Ghost, Cool Guy 5000, and Bacon Paul, and other aliases such as that. is a Roblox YouTuber with around 15,000 subscribers who is well known for his videos with Zephplayz. He got pretty much all of his following from being directly featured in Zeph's series called Roblox Ghost, which includes 40 plus videos and spans millions of views on Zeph's channel. Danielo was also a friend of Barry Allen and a member of the CP ring. Danielo spread and leaked the explicit image of myself whenever I was 13, and groomed and received explicit images of another minor as well. Here is a screenshot of Danielo admitting to leaking my explicit images in group chats and to other people through copy and pasting. Here is also a screenshot of Danielo admitting to grooming and having explicit images of another minor who was 14 years old. Now, the fact that Zephplayz has made a video with this person just as recent as 4 weeks ago, considering all this stuff was happening, is very deplorable in my opinion. The fact that he's given a platform to a Roblox Kids channel, which people from the ages of 8 to 14 years old watch, whenever this is the stuff that he does, is just very disgusting. And that's not even all. Danielo, as well as Bagel Boy, which I'll get into more shortly, were even members of a Discord group shower called D Showers, which was dedicated to grooming minors and obtaining CP. This is only one group chat of many that the CP ring had together. It's highly likely that these situations or similar are why Danielo disappeared from the internet for a long period of time, and only recently returned at the start of this year. Now, the next person this document talks about is Bagel Boy, who is also known as Brandon J. Cruz. He is also another well-known member in Zephplayz's community. Bagel Boy was also a good friend of Barry Allen and a member of the CP ring, and participated in leaking my explicit images from whenever I was 13. He's also leaked multiple other minors' explicit images, which he admitted to doing, as I'll show below. And apparently he did this because Fulltrex was pissing him off, which is very stupid and literally makes no sense whatsoever. And it doesn't even come close to justifying what Bagel has done. Bagel's defense for this is that I leaked in the first place. Apparently now being a victim of grooming is equal to distributing CP and grooming minors, okay? Bagel also claims that he's changed and gotten help and is no longer involved with Barry and the CP ring as an excuse to justify his actions. I don't know how true this is, but in my opinion, his actions are unforgivable. He even owned the previously mentioned D Showers group chat with Danielo. Now, this next part is whenever Zephplayz himself comes in. And it says here, I've tried to contact Zeph about the situation for years on and off and got no response, always just ignored. However, a few months ago, I did finally manage to talk to him through a private Discord server he owned for his Twitch subscribers that a friend gave me the invite to. First, a former friend of mine known as Sarp sent Zeph a message in the server, which was deleted shortly after. Hi Zeph, I know you don't do this, but can we talk in private sometimes? This is kinda urgent and would be great if we could solve it in private, or just talk about it, thank you. Which, I kid you not, that message was literally deleted, just like Fulltrex has mentioned. Later on, I, as well as Sarp, sent Zeph messages in the server, explaining the situation and that Danielo and Bagel Boy had involvement in the CP ring, etc. Zeph responded by basically saying it wasn't his problem and that he didn't care, then actively tried to censor and hide the situation and purge all the messages about the situation in the server, and banned me as well as my friend who invited me, literally his own subscriber. The screenshot shows a member, I guess, saying, if this is a real concern, take it to Discord. We literally have no power to stop anyone from doing stuff outside of this Discord. With Zeph using a reaction that basically means he agrees with that message. Which is literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because, like I previously mentioned, one of the main people in that CP ring is none other than Danielo, who is involved with Zeph in his videos. The fact that you agree with a statement that literally says that you just can't do anything about it is completely stupid, honestly. I mean, you could honestly start by cutting ties with that person. It would have been that simple and could have saved you from all this trouble. And this all happened in Zeph's private server on April 7th, 2022. And this was a screenshot after Zeph had purged all those messages, because he literally says okay right after that. As you can see, there's a huge gap between these two messages right here. Sarp was even an active member of this server and a fan of Zeph for years, and Zeph even followed him on Twitter. So to entirely kick/ban him from the server and purging the messages for simply asking about the situation is a bit strange, to say the least. Sarp has also donated Zeph real money before. A few months after this happened and it started being talked about, Zeph then proceeded to do a massive purge on his main public Discord server. He also set his count to a default profile picture, etc. Damage control much? Why would you do such a mysterious and weird purge like this of your account and service out of nowhere? If you're innocent or had no involvement, makes no sense to me. The timing is insane, extremely weird and suspicious. Now, honestly, how does Zeph even have a platform anymore? Literally goes as far as debating one of his Twitch subscribers just for simply asking a question. And not to mention, literally tries to remove all criticism, tries to hide the fact that someone who has been involved in his videos is not a good person whatsoever. And what's even more funny is that after this document even dropped, he literally blocked Pindrex and other people who even talked about the situation. Literally trying to run away from the situation as if it never happened and trying to censor everything. Which honestly is pretty much the worst thing anyone would have done in this situation whatsoever. Now, Zeph and his community have responded to this, saying that it's Photoshop, which is just completely BS. The chances that this being Photoshopped and all the screenshots being faked is very unlikely, especially since I've known Zephplayz for a pretty long time and I know he wouldn't do anything like this whatsoever. Especially since he provided a lot of very hardcore proof and evidence, which at this point would be impossible to debunk. The only possibility of these people being in the right is if the screenshots were faked, which obviously I've explained is very unlikely. And about Zephplayz's response, he actually responded to a video made by 94 Scythe aka the Tixka. Basically, well, I'm not going to read this whole entire essay because it's extremely long and unnecessary, but I'm just going to summarize it right here. First off, Zeph claims that Zephplayz and Sarp raided his Discord server, which is literally not true whatsoever. The only people that came to confront him about this were Sarp and Zephplayz, so it just makes no sense how they could possibly raid him like that, especially with only 2 people. He also says that he doesn't talk to Barry Allen, Bego, or Danielito, and how he's not even aware of the situation, which is very untrue considering this is coming from someone who literally made a video about Roblox Ghost aka Danielito not even a month ago at the time of recording. Zephplayz also said that the last conversation that he had with Danielito was October 2020. He also said whenever he made a video about the ghost aka Danielito, he said that he didn't communicate with them and how he was not in it once. Well, another video, his most recent one at the time of recording, he literally said that he was close with Danielito.
I do know a lot about you though. However, I am very similar to someone that was once close to you. So when I saw this, I thought he was talking about the old Roblox ghost or something because that was someone very close to me and someone on the channel for years. Well, it doesn't quite end there. So obviously you guys know the Roblox ghost from the videos. Well, obviously I grew to know him over time and I had some contact with him, you know, with Roblox and Discord and things like that. I'm sure I've talked about, you know, his Discord and different things on videos, and I've shown messages from Discord to videos. And usually when I used to message, he would actually show up. He would actually show up and we would do these videos and stuff together. Well,
the rest of Zephplayz's response to the Tixka's video has been debunked by another Roblox commentary YouTuber named Parlo, which I'll also link this thread debunking his response down below, because I feel like it is a lot to read throughout this video. If you want to read it for yourself, like I said, it'll be linked in the description below. Now, in conclusion, Zephplayz shouldn't be able to get away with stuff like this, because like I've showed before, he literally censors anything that is said about the situation, blocks people who talk about it, and use it against him, which honestly, it should be used against him, because Zephplayz still associates with people like Danielito who are literally deplorable human beings, especially on the internet. Zeph has proven multiple times that he likes to go ahead and purge Discord messages, and like I said, block other people who talk about the situation just to save his own skin. It is no question. Now, for Zephplayz, he didn't deserve anything that really happened to him because he never really did anything wrong in this situation. He has been groomed and manipulated into sending explicit images of himself to someone who is in contact with people around Zephplayz's community, and who also has contact with Danielito, who has contact with Zephplayz himself. Zeph is still giving a platform to Danielito considering his deplorable actions, and the best thing they could do right now is just take accountability. Now, I hope Zeph will be held accountable for his actions, and for giving a platform to people who he knows are good people. Now, like I said, let me know if I've gotten anything wrong in this video or if there's anything I should be corrected on. Make sure to spread this video and Zephplayz's document about this whole thing. We need to spread awareness about this as much as possible, and this is something that should not go unnoticed. Thank you guys for watching. I'll try to upload more soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.